straight from the automotive industry event of the year, NADA 2025. Chicks in Charge and Authenticom are bringing you the biggest names in automotive. From industry disruptors to game-changing innovators, we're getting the inside scoop on what's next for the auto world. This is where leaders talk and the future takes shape. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's dive in.
Welcome back. Another episode of Chicks in Charge here with you with a familiar face. Of course, I'm at NADA right now. You're not, but I am. And we're in Authenticom's booth, but I had the absolute pleasure of bringing back Miss Kate Bierowski. And if you remember, we had a pretty good episode with her back from our event at Women in Automotive.
Yes.
And that episode was featured in Automotive News.
Yep.
It made some headlines. So let's see if we can do it again.
So I need to mic drop something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Service, tax, money. I don't know.
Yes. I'll come up with something in the next 15 minutes that is worthy of listening.
Yes. So let's just rip. Let's talk. So what has been new since I saw you in Colorado Springs?
So I have changed roles within the company.
Okay.
So I am now leading our reconditioning software products, as well as a mobile technician products, as well as Blue Driver, which is an OBD scan tool that someone in BDC actually might be intrigued by a little bit. And like we've added some products in that I actually like. My goal is to learn more on the sales side of how reconditioning impacts you, especially in the BDC.
Yeah.
So I know you're here always asking us questions. My goal is to ask you a couple questions during this because I'm curious because we're adding features, we're investing money into our products, but like I want to know how does that help you? So as we go, I'll bring it in. But that's the biggest thing that's new is I have moved in for Repair on Demand, running the Repair 360 and like the sales teams for that and bringing it into the dealership world.
That's big. And you said something that triggered a thought in me that you are now over. It was like the second thing you said. What was that?
The MTRX and Recon Pro, or Repair 360. Well, now I already don't remember, so I'm so
right?
sorry.
I'm like, I just had a whole question in my head.
Mobile supplier, like the mobile techs are using our. So we're
mobile
the leading software. Words are hard after NADA.
Seriously, guys.
We are the leading.
Hold in with us.
The leading app for like mobile PDR technicians.
Okay, so that's big because mobile technicians are picking up. It's actually a conversation I've had a few times lately. I've never actually had mobile service.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. You're a mom. You need this.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what kind of car you drive.
Kia Sorento.
Oh, you actually were just talking about like why you love Kias.
Yes.
We're Facebook friends, just so everyone knows.
Official.
We're official. But so I drive a Buick Enclave, Mommobile. It's all over it. I get it. But I had Ford come and do a mobile service on my car. I had 2 oil changes done in my garage by 9 a.m. on a Monday morning. I felt like super mom.
And you don't, from what I'm understanding from Ford stores, you don't have to pay extra for it.
No.
It's the same price.
No. The only complaint I would have, and I've actually talked to a couple of Ford dealers I've been here, is they didn't do like a full inspection on my car. And I know enough to function in a vehicle, but I want to be confident that my car's safe. And I wish I would have gotten a physical inspection done on the vehicle. I don't know if the guy was just young or what. That would be my only thing, but they came to my house, and I'm a busy mom, working mom. I don't have time to make an appointment, to go to the dealership and sit. Y'all get mad when I sit there and wait for my car, but you don't want to give me a rental car. So, like, come to my house, change my oil, and make me happy.
Yeah, exactly. I always have to figure out, like, if I'm going into work and then, like, I drop off the car, I don't want to sit there and wait with it because it could be an hour, it could be 5 hours. You never know.
Need a ride home.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, well, who's going to come pick me up, take me to work? Now, usually my boss. And then I've got to sit there, and then she's got to take me back at some point, and I got to pay a bunch of money.
Night before.
Yeah, like, come to where I am, like, and just do it for me. And what's nuts to me is that Ford's the only one that's figured this out.
Yes. So, but if you want to interview someone about mobile technicians and stuff, I have a hookup for you. Ed Roberts does it best.
Yes.
I know him. But it's incredible. I wish all dealers did it. It is such a lifesaver in like just the I need support, I need help. Like this is one thing off my mind.
Yeah. So let's dig into that and why does the infrastructure of what we currently have set up not allow for more mobile service? Like, so obviously Ford figured it out at some point because like every Ford store is required to operate.
Yep.
They provide the van for it and all of the equipment, all of that stuff. So where's everybody else? Like, I mean, and I know there's other dealerships
They're
that do it, but
trying.
why are the OEMs not catching up?
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. I think it's something that absolutely should be done. Like I was absolutely impressed, and like as a dealership, and I actually like I've told other service directors, I'm like guys like that owned it, but there's some legality with it. You can't only do so many things with it, like insurance wise. But I'm telling you, and they were honestly shocked by my reaction of how much I loved it, and it literally is a game changer, and I will probably not go back the other way unless I need something. But okay, fine, come pick up my car then and drop it off. I work from home. I travel a lot. If I'm not going to get mobile service done, like coming and picking up my car is a game changer. I will go to your dealership forever if you take care of me. And like the most important thing, and I know dealers are always trying to see how can they tap into like that female market in the service center. It is intimidating to pull my car up into the service drive and then they're tapping my window saying, all right, get out, like let me do my walk around and show you like the MPI and everything else, and I'm trying to hide goldfish and cracker crumbs and like my coffee in Starbucks and like trying to grab all my bags is a big deal. Like that is hard to do this. But if you're going to come and pick up my car, I'm going to get confidence that you've scanned my car, that everything's been looked at by a technician. I'm going to be confident with you. So if you want to get into the female market, which every dealership has that challenge, that is the way to do it, because our time is our most precious thing. We are running kids to appointments. I mean, I missed 2 soccer games today. Like we're running everywhere, and we have to maintain our vehicles, but we don't want to maintain our vehicles.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
80, I mean, I would say on the sales side, they say 80% of all buying, all purchases happen with the influence of the woman. Whether the woman is making the purchase or influencing it because it's the husband and the wife needs to, or mom, sister, whatever it is.
It was awesome when my husband was buying a car and the guy wouldn't even talk to me. And I'm like, actually, I'm the one making this decision. I literally called him out for it because he didn't even shake my hand. Like, my husband really wanted the car, and I really like my husband. So
I really like my husband.
So I mean, he got the car he wanted, but like I said flat out, I'm like, I'm actually the decision maker here, and it's like it's not my husband's fault. It's just more of I live in this world day in day out.
Yeah, well, and it's funny, like we run into the good people who have women GMs and women sales managers, women service managers, and those people make you think, oh man, so forward thinking. Our industry has made such strides. And then, just like that, or I walk into Lowe's to go buy or look at a washer and dryer, and I'm walking next to my husband, and I ask the gentleman a question. Hey, do you have the one that does the wash and dry at the same time? Like there was this washer that came out that did both at the same time.
Life changing.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but
I asked him about it, and like he looks at me while I ask the question, turns to my husband and answers, and I'm like, oh, okay. I immediately turned around and walked away. I was like, he didn't have anything to do with this conversation. Like what? He could be deaf and mute.
Yeah.
And you what? So we.
And I'm like, my husband tries to do like I travel a lot. He tries to help me and do laundry, and I'm like, please don't.
Yeah.
Please. No. Like of all the things, like my husband is amazing. Like I am very lucky at this sport. Don't do the laundry.
No,
that is my decision.
I'll come in after he's done laundry and like there's powder everywhere, and I'm like,
my stuff is dried.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Don't dry leggings, men. Don't dry leggings.
Yeah. Or bras.
Yep.
My husband made that mistake one time, and then it got all twisted
one
up
time.
And
he made that mistake one time, and then she beat him, and we're all good now.
No, it we're making really big strides, and it's why we have events like Women in Automotive and all of this stuff, so that women buy a different way than men. Women service a different way than men. And I think that we have to look at that. And in my household, I handle all the vehicle stuff. Like we consolidated down to one vehicle when my husband got his take-home car with the police station, because he has a squad car. He drives to and from work every day, and if he needs to go anywhere else, like, okay, take the car.
Yep.
Like So we save money consolidated out of one car, but 80% of the time that's my car. Like, I'm the one who drives it. I'm the one who schedules all the service for it. I do everything for it. And if they thought that they were going to be talking to my husband or not working around my schedule, they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that we need that's something in the industry, especially in the service side. How do we change that? How do we cater to it? And so I'm a part of a group called Service Drive Live. They meet every Sunday. It's a whole bunch of fixed ops directors meeting of how can they run their businesses better. Well, part of it, and one of the things that they say they like my comments on, I could be putting words in their mouth, but it is very, very challenging to not cater to the female, and they always are looking like they never thought about the fact that when they come up and knock on my window, it stresses me out because there's all the memes and the jokes of the girls at the Stanleys and all their bags and trying to come inside. They don't want you to see that their car's a mess. Like, they don't want you to be like rushing them. Like, wait a second until she opens the door and then greet her. Like, it's something simple that they thought they were actually doing something good by opening the door for her and like being a gentleman, but actually like opposite reaction for me is I'm just trying to get my stuff together and I barely made it on time or I'm 5 minutes late because that's my life.
Yeah.
And it's just, how do we think about that differently? Or I've had service when I've gotten service done that they just assume like, hey, can you send this to your husband and see if he approves it? And I breathe. I just think that I'm going to correct them politely of, I don't need my husband to make this decision. Can you explain to me why I need this and why this is important for my car? And then I'll make the decision. And it's, again, they don't mean to be condescending, but also it's politely correcting it. And I think that, again, it takes training. It takes service advisor training. It's just how we approach things. And like, I myself do it. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, mechanics are guys. And I'm like, they're not. Like, there's so many females and we need to continue to promote that. We need to continue to change the industry because, like, and we know I can talk about this all day, but we're the ones making the changes. We're the ones influencing it. And we have a lot more to go. And I hope we continue to actually grow and we don't go backwards.
Yeah.
That's my fear.
Do we think that, and obviously it's not the sole reason, but I would be a big believer that women would be a big driver of having mobile service to avoid that awkwardness in the service department with the advisors. And it's not to say that it's 100% of them. It's probably not even 50% of them, but it's stigma. I mean, I've seen all the videos on TikTok of a woman calling up to the dealership, trying to get service, and somebody tells them, you know what, that's such a basic question. Why don't you have your husband call me back so that he understands what I'm trying to say?
And then to try to prepare yourself, you Google something, you try to be educated about it, and they're like, yeah, you can't just run a code. You don't know what you're doing. And it's frustrating.
Yeah.
So, and like, that takes like the wind out of your sails. Like, you're not confident anymore. So it does make, I think it makes a difference of like, you need to empower your customer. And I think like, even in BDC, if you empower your customer to make the decision, you give them that freedom and you give them that confidence, they're going to like you more.
Yeah.
It's just like promoting each other in a positive way. Be kind. That does so much more from a sales perspective than belittling someone to feel like they're obligated to do it. I mean, what kind of buying relationship is that? And then when they think about buying another car, they go in and get that service again, they're anxious about it. Like, we control so much, men, women, everyone. So
yeah, it's buying and servicing is emotional.
It is.
It's psychological, and there's the stress of it. Like, I'm going to go in for an oil change and you're going to tell me my head gasket's cracked and all of a sudden I have to buy a new engine and it's like $6,000 out of my pocket and I don't have it. And all of these fears happen before you even get to the dealership. And there could be nothing wrong at all, but it's the fears that we instill in ourselves because, as women, we're always thinking ahead to the next thing. Like, oh my gosh, you know what? I haven't heard from my husband in 3 hours. He's probably dead on the side of the road somewhere. And then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to call and tell the kids and how I'm going to tell his mom and all this, like, literally just this rabbit trail.
That went to a deep, dark hole real fast.
Well, married to a cop.
I know. I'm married to a teacher, so not much better.
Right?
Sorry.
So, that was dark. I go down the deep, dark hole.
Sorry.
But no, we always live in that frame of mind of the what if.
Yep.
And, when it comes to your vehicle, you just want to know it's safe. You just want to know the right person's taking care of it. That it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg because you freaking need it to get you anywhere you want to go.
Absolutely.
You can't be without this vehicle, and so you have to take care of it, even if it costs you $10,000.
Yep, and catering to your customers' needs and like making them feel confident they're making the right decision.
Exactly.
To me, that's the biggest part of the BDC side. It's the biggest part of buying a car, of servicing a car, that you, as a salesperson, as an advisor, you get to control that message, and you need training, and training in any job is so important, and just giving confidence. Your team needs to be confident to let your customer make that confidence, and like that's controlled by leadership.
Yeah. So if we look at where dealerships can make the fastest improvement, fastest really, what would you say? And I know what my answer would be because of the conversation I had earlier. What would you say is the first step they could take to making things more customer facing?
So I think that people need to. I feel like customers just don't know enough about the service side. There is this stigma of like how a mechanic, like I'm going to school to be a mechanic or a technician, and like they haven't changed the stigma, so they just assume that they're gonna get screwed over, that it is like a dirty, greasy job, and you don't have to be smart to do it. And if they understood the complexity, if they understood how smart it is, it's like being, and this is not a joke, but like it is like being a doctor. Like you have to see, okay, what is the actual problem? Is that electrical? Is it a computer? Is it a why? Like each item of it is very different. And if the customers understood that, they would be much more likely to pay your diagnostic fee, understand what that text time is worth. The world does not understand that there's such a technician shortage. The world needs to understand how complex like a service center is. Coming into this, I had no idea, and I had part of my mind of like the dumb kid. Again, I'm being honest. The dumb kids in my class, I went to school, to tech school. That is not it. It is not true, and society doesn't know that.
No, the smart ones did because they didn't accrue student debt.
I'm still paying my student loans. I have a 4-year degree. I paid for my master's degree, but I'm still paying my student loans for my undergrad.
Yeah.
And my husband's a teacher. We're still paying his student loans too.
Yep.
So
it's and honestly, the techs are probably making more money than us.
Oh, they absolutely are. But that's my mic drop for the day, is that the society needs to understand and
you don't
know
have to
more
go to college
and
to be somebody.
well, that, and just like we need to educate our customers of the value of a technician's time. We need to educate the customers the complexity of it. That it is not just going in and changing a couple bolts.
Yeah.
It is much more than that, and they will be more confident buying from you if they understood the complexity of it.
Yeah, 100%. It I think we need to highlight our service departments a lot more. A deep, in-depth story about Jeremy, who's a tech at the dealership, and how he came to be. He was a veteran in the military, and got injured and came home, whatever, and decided to go to tech school on his VA loan, or on his VA bill, and now here he is, and he's a master tech course, blah blah blah.
And like, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
It'd be huge.
How many hours of training for this OEM does he have under his belt to call him a master? Is there any higher level for him? What training has he completed? What is he qualified to do?
And educating parents and all of that is so important. And also just letting your customer be confident in the decisions they're making. And mobile techs, moms love. Like mobile moms love it.
You guys are marketing your mobile techs to your moms, like you're missing out. Be in mommy and me groups and all of that stuff. Like y'all are missing out.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. I love this episode, and I love that we're both like half awake right now and still like.
Oh yeah. Well, now I'm actually awake. Like now I'm ready to go. Like I'm not fidgeting or anything, but no. I'm that was an inside joke. That was an inside joke that no one else gets. But it's been good.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This is awesome. I can't wait till the next time. Are you going to be at Women in Automotive?
Yes, we will be. Like, I'm bringing actually a few of our employees with, and I'm trying to go to West Palm Beach to the social. Yes. So.
Yes, please.
I mean, out of Wisconsin to like beach.
Florida? Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
No, 100%.
But you have all my snow. We have no snow. You got all of our snow.
I got it. Well, I did. Well, okay, a few weeks ago, but not right now.
Right. Well, and Louisiana got all of our snow. Wisconsin has no snow this year at all.
The place that never is supposed to get snow, and
I mean, I live in Wisconsin. It should snow.
Yeah, and you guys haven't gotten any. The world got flipped upside down.
Yeah,
that's what it was. All right. Until next time that we have Kate on.
Bye.
Peace out.
This episode is brought to you by Authenticom, the business behind the automotive business. And this is Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us grow. Rate and review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.